Welcome to this week's First of the Field Agronomy Update. I'm Jason Christensen. This is the week of July 6th. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July. This week we're going to talk about plant health on corn, as well as application windows closing on soybeans for post-emergence on herbicides, and then also a little update on First of the Field. So as we talked last week a little bit, we mentioned anyways about northern corn leaf blight. We are still finding that in the fields. Places that you'd want to look for this would be in the lower 4 to 6 leaves. I was actually out in my own fields here last night and found it. What can we do? Headline amp would be a good one to look at. It's a preventative and a curative. Same with Stratego Wild D. Tassel time would be right now is what we're looking at. The severity of the disease is not too bad, so we can wait till probably tassel time would be ideal. So we've been talking to Mark Storr, our BSF tech rep, a lot on the corn leaf or the northern corn leaf blight issue, and with the disease in the lower canopy like we're seeing right now, we're only losing about 12% of yield is what they figure. But when that disease goes from the lower part of the canopy, but when it starts to get above the ear leaf and gets in that top canopy, that's when we start losing significant yield, because 88% of the yield is determined from the ear leaf and above. So the use rate with the headline amp, right now we're looking at anywhere from 10 to 14.4 ounces. Most guys have probably used the 10-ounce rate. The 10-ounce rate is probably just fine, and for the most part, unless you have severe cases of the disease. One thing though that has been said is, if you want longer residual, you're definitely going to want to look at that 14.4 ounces, because one thing too is typically we don't have this. The disease does not come in till to early July, where we've had the disease come in here 2 weeks earlier than normal. So keep that in mind when you're considering rates. So the application window for FlexStar GT on the soybeans has came to an end as of here this week. The reason being is we have a 10-month rotation restriction on that product, which would push us out now till May 10th. So we'd want to be done with that. The other options we have still left would be Cobra or Ultra Blazer. And then when we go to use those products, we kind of want to weigh, is it worth going out and burning these beans? Right now it looks like a lot of the beans are probably around that R1 to, we've seen a lot of beans in the R2 stage, so we're at full bloom. So we got to kind of weigh that in as well when we go to pick our options, and if it's worth our time. So as for the FTF update, we haven't received all the as-applied maps yet for our trials. If you could pass them on to your FTF lead, we'd appreciate it, and have a good week.